Hey everybody, this is Gausepohl with Summit Lending, and question we get asked all the time is, will housing prices remain high? Again, I follow Barry Habib, two-time Crystal Ball Award winner for appreciation in housing, and he's predicted this all along when everybody else did not. And there's reasons to it. It's not just, hey, this is, we're just throwing this against the wall. So this video kind of tells you why it is what it is and why it will remain hot. So it's a great information, especially for real estate agents, to give to their borrowers to know that this is not going to stop anytime soon. So if they really want to purchase a home, this is the time to do it. And again, with us, we can provide, the appreciation gains based on your zip code and your price range. So we can do that for your borrowers as well. So anyway, take a look at this video and have a great day.
People are waiting longer to get married. Right now, people are almost waiting to be 30 years old to get married. And when you think about it, it's very influential because the next step oftentimes is to have children. And children do drive single-family living. If you're 30-something and you don't have any children, there's a 38% home ownership rate. But if you have at least one child, it jumps to 80%. Now, this is a very important statistic, especially right now, because when you take a look at Google Trends, baby registry is hot. Highest reading since they've been doing this at Google in 2004. So baby registry is signaling that maybe more kids could be either being contemplated or on the way, and therefore what that's going to do is drive more home ownership. And what people want right now is space and distance, especially in the post-COVID era. You are seeing the move out of the urban markets, and that was happening already, and into the exurbs. So suburban living is the next ring out, and that's already hot. And what's getting hot as well, and even hotter, are the exurbs, the next outer ring. Beyond urban, beyond suburb, there's exurb, and that's hot right now. And when you think about who is driving this home ownership, it's young adults. It's those under 35. When you take a look at the growth in those markets, they're driving home ownership. And the hottest segment of all are those under 25. Again, the post-COVID era showing that people want more space and distance. Housing market, some people say, well, we've seen prices go up. They're going to continue to go up. Some people say, well, are we looking at a bubble because prices go up? Well, bubble-like conditions are like this here. There is no inventory right now. Record low inventories. They've been monitoring inventory for the last 40 years. It's the lowest it's ever been, and population is increasing. So there is very thin levels of inventory right now. And exacerbating this problem is less new construction. Post-COVID, you could see what that did to new construction. There wasn't enough homes already. There was already tight inventory. And that's with builders building more and more homes here. But COVID really has knocked that down. So that's just going to mean inventory is tighter. It means that there's going to be more bidding wars. It's going to mean that there will be more price appreciation. And you have to get into that home. And sometimes that means going over asking price. So let's look at another metric, the price to rent ratio. And the current price to rent ratio is 17. That means the price of a home is about 17 times its annual rental equivalent. So what does that mean? If it was renting for $1,000 a month times 12 months, the annual rental equivalent is $12,000. If this was the equivalent rent for a home, $12,000 a year, you multiply that by 17, it's about a value of $194. So stated differently, a $300,000 home should rent for roughly $1,500 a month. Now, that's at 17 to 1. When we got in trouble in real estate, it was 24 to 1. So we're nowhere near where you're looking at a housing bubble conditions or overpriced homes, even with the appreciation we're seeing and bidding of homes moving up. Now, one thing that's really great is the amount of equity in homes. If you take a look at home equity, you could see that the vast majority of the marketplace is beneath an 80% loan to value or have more than 20% equity in their homes. And look at how many people here have equity in their homes. Very few people are upside down or with little equity in their homes. Used to be, if you go back to the Great Recession period, at the worst of it, 25% of homes had a situation where they were underwater, meaning the mortgage was greater than the value of the home, or a loan to value greater than 100. If you look at it here, you're talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of 2% of all homes are now underwater. So of all homes with a mortgage. And obviously, many homes don't have a mortgage. So when you take a look at the overall housing picture, there are 124 million households. Now 43 million are rented, a little more than 80 million are owned. And when you break that down further, 34% of those owned homes, which is equivalent to 27 million homes, free and clear, no mortgage. So that talks to you to cash out refi, debt consolidation, and move up potential, because they've got plenty of equity to put into the new home. Now the other segment of this, those 53 million homes, or 66% of homes that are owned, 53 million units that do have a mortgage, the average loan to value is 53%. Wow. That means there is 47% equity, and the average equity, $177,000. This again speaks to lots of potential for move-up buyers, lots of potential for cash-out refinances and debt consolidation, putting yourself in a much better financial position. And remember, after the dot-com bubble recession, it was cash-out refinances that brought us out of that recession. Maybe it'll do the same here. The forecast for appreciation in 2020 and beyond is very strong, over 5% for much of the country. We know real estate is local, and the tools within the real estate report card can help you in your specific zip code. But by and large, you're looking at really strong levels of appreciation, and it does pay to maybe go a little bit above asking price in certain situations to win that home.